Well, hello, lovely humans, and welcome back to my channel. If you are watching this on Wedding Chicks or over on Facebook, thank you so much for stopping by. Wedding planning is a lot. It's a lot. And I'm sure if you are working full-time, you've come across this question in your brain before. Can I plan a wedding and work full-time? Because this is so much. My brain hurts. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm here to tell you that yes, you can plan a wedding and work full-time. So I came up with a list, as I always do. I'm a list maker, probably good, being a wedding planner and a list maker, of 12 things, 12 items, 12 practices, 12 best practices to plan your wedding while working full-time. So without further ado, let's jump right on in. Number 1, prioritize. Sit down with your future spouse, get a pen, get a piece of paper, and write down your top 3 things. Have him or her write down their top 3, and you write down your top 3, and then compare what those are. That's where you want to focus your time and your energy. If both of you have florals really low on your list, then you're not going to want to spend a whole lot of time researching florists. Instead, if photography is high for both of you, spend more time looking into photographers, so then your time is well spent. Number 2, be organized. Actually, Google Docs has a wonderful pre-made wedding planning spreadsheet, and if I can, I will link this down below. I used it while planning my wedding, and it was a total lifesaver. Once you have your priorities, then you can organize which one is of the most importance and focus all of your energy there. Have a running to-do list of things that you need to accomplish so you don't spend 7 hours lost in Pinterest land instead of looking for a photographer. Number 3, set a budget and stick to it. Once you know that you only have $2,500 to spend on a videographer, you're not going to bother with back and forth email exchanges with someone who's out of your price range. It's going to make you a lot more focused on the items that you can actually afford. If you know that all-inclusive catering at $65 a head is not in your budget, then you're not going to talk to an all-inclusive caterer. Instead, you're going to focus your research time onto other catering options like food trucks. Number 4, meet with vendors after hours. Find the ones that can meet with you at 6 p.m. on a Wednesday or on weekends if they don't have another gig already booked. Additionally, if you can, see if you can Skype with them instead, because all of that travel time adds up. And right now you need to make sure that your time is very well allocated. And sometimes spending 30 minutes in the car to go meet with a potential florist just isn't in the cards for you. So maybe ask if they can Skype or FaceTime or Google Hangouts instead, because then it frees up your time and you get to be productive in pajama pants, which I personally feel like is a win-win. Number 5, consider all-inclusive. Consider going to a place that offers rentals, catering, alcohol, and venue all from the same place, because then you don't have to spend time researching different rental companies because it's already all there for you. Sure, it may cost a little bit more, but you save yourself so much time that you really don't have to spend. Number 6, beware of office policies. It can be very tempting to just kind of jump on Pinterest or respond to an email from a potential photographer while you're on the clock. And while it may feel like you have hacked wedding planning and working full-time, you don't want to lose the job that actually pays you. So take care not to plan too much of your wedding during office time, because you don't want to get fired. Number 7, skip the coffee shop and make your own lunch. Bear with me on this one. When you go to a coffee shop, it takes anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes to get to that coffee shop, 5 minutes to wait in line before you place your order, and about 5 minutes for you to receive your order, and then anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes to leave the shop to your next destination. That, my friends, adds up very quickly. Additionally, your lunch break could be so much better utilized if you bring a lunch with you, because you're not driving anywhere, you're not spending all that time in the car. Instead, you can sit down and actually focus on getting some of the planning items done during your break. And you're not spending $15 at Chipotle getting a burrito bowl, because burrito bowls are life. Instead, you're saving a bunch of money, which is great because you're planning a wedding and they're very expensive. Number 8, delegate. Pawn off as much as you possibly can on your future spouse, on your mom, on your bridesmaids. Find people that can surround you and help you out through the process, because you're already working full-time and wedding planning is a full-time job. So you can't do all of it. So if you can, ask the people around you for help and give them the low priority things. So if photography is really important to you, don't ask your bridesmaid to find somebody for you. You should do that yourself instead. But if you are trying to compare rental costs, pawn that off on someone else if they're willing to help. Number 9, cut back your hours or consider taking paid time off. I know you're probably gonna end up taking time off for the actual wedding day. Maybe you take the week off before the wedding, and additionally, you may be taking time off for your honeymoon. But if you have been hoarding those vacation hours, now's the time to cash on a little bit of them because you're already organized, because you know your priorities. If you take a day off or leave a couple hours early, you know exactly what you need to tend to the second you get off work. So if you can, try to eke out a couple of extra hours here and there without digging into your paycheck too much. Number 10, ask for preferred vendors. This will be one of the biggest time-saving things that you can do. Ask other vendors for vendors that they prefer. Preferred vendors are preferred for a reason. They're usually well-liked, well-reviewed, and will most likely fall into your budget as well. Like for me as a budget planner, I don't ever recommend vendors that will be out of my client's price range because I know that suggesting an $8,000 photographer for someone who has a $30,000 budget is completely illogical. So when it comes to my preferred vendors, they usually tend to fall within my couple's price range. And if they're preferred vendors, then they likely already know the ropes of either working with your coordinator, working at your venue, or working with your caterer. And because they know the ropes and they know what to expect, then that's a whole lot less time of you explaining things and a whole lot more time of you enjoying not explaining things. Number 11, you knew this was coming. You knew that I would sneak this in there somehow. Hire a planner. I've said this before in videos, but the average wedding takes about 250 hours to plan. And if you are working a 9 to 5 or some sort of 40-hour plus job, then you don't have 250 hours, which is why you should ask for preferred vendors, which is why you should prioritize. But even just 2 hours with a wedding planner will save you countless hours of research because they already know the industry standards and they know common planning mistakes, so they will help you to avoid them. So even if you can't afford like a full service wedding planner, possibly see if you can book a couple of consultation hours. I do that for clients all the time. Consider booking some consultation hours to make sure that you're on the right track, saving where you need to save, and not forgetting things that you shouldn't be forgetting. Number 12, don't forget to allocate downtime, chill time. Time for your brain to decompress. Wedding planning is stressful. It is so stressful. I do it for a living and I watch couples get stressed out all the time. So please take the time to breathe. Because if you don't, you will be booking yourself a one-way ticket to Crazyville. Go get your nails done. Binge watch Netflix and Hulu as much as physically possible. Don't forget to have date nights because these stressors can often cause fights in your relationship or make you feel like you're distant from each other. So don't forget to allocate time to spend with each other because maintaining sanity is of the utmost importance if you want to make it to your wedding day in one not crazy piece. So that's all we have for today, folks. I hope this video was helpful. I personally planned my own wedding while working full-time, and I know just how crazy it can be, but I'm here to tell you that you can do it. Don't be overwhelmed. Be sure to be organized and prioritize and pawn off the little things and watch a bunch of Netflix. If you follow these 12 steps, my hope for you is that you find a much smoother wedding planning process. If you haven't done so already, like this video, subscribe to this channel for more tips and tricks for the modern day bride. And I've been considering doing a Q&A for quite some time now. So if you have a question that you want to ask a wedding planner or a previous bride that maybe you don't want to ask your planner or you don't have a planner to ask, drop that in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have questions because I live for this stuff. If you haven't already, give us a follow on social media. Let me know that you came from YouTube because I love connecting with you guys outside of this YouTube space. Don't get me wrong, I love connecting here, but when I get people following me over there, I get so excited. I'm so lame. And a huge thank you for all of your kind comments on the past few videos. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I love you guys. You make doing YouTube so worth it. As always, a huge shout out to my gal pals over at Wedding Chicks for hosting this video. And until next week, bye guys.